Shalom, shalom. All praises be to the Most High. Assalamu alaikum. I am driving, so you will hear some noise in the background, so please bear with me. Now, family, I have to say that I am in a good mood today. Actually, I've been in a good mood for the last 3 days. Why am I in a good mood? Take a guess. Well, first, let's start with Trump. Of course, many of y'all, unless y'all been living on the rock, y'all know about the emails that surfaced about Trump and Epstein and the relationship that he had with Epstein and the relationship that he had with, not necessarily the relationship, but the thing that came out with Russia. It's just a whole lot of mess going on with this dude. And, there's actually another email that came out with Bubba. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, y'all need to research that, you know what I'm saying? Because they were saying something about Trump supposedly gave fellatio or blowjob to Bubba. Now, the only person I remember them calling Bubba is Bill Clinton. But I believe someone spoke to Epstein's brother, Mark Epstein, to clear up if Bubba is in fact Bill Clinton. I believe he said it wasn't Bill Clinton. It was another individual that Trump allegedly gave blowjob to. And I don't put it past him because I think I made a video showing y'all where he was doing like a demonstration. I think he went somewhere and the mic wasn't properly adjusted and he was complaining about the mic. Y'all could just YouTube it, Trump giving blowjob to the mic, and y'all see what I'm talking about. And for me, if you are alpha male, because a lot of these MAGA maggots, right, they support Trump because they say, oh, he's an alpha male or whatever. Let me just say this to you, right? I'm an alpha male, and there's nowhere in hell I'm going to demonstrate me, even if I'm trying to put on a joke, even if I'm trying to be funny and shit, that's not a joke that I would do, pretending I'm doing a blowjob on a microphone. You know what I'm saying? If y'all need to just go watch it to see what I'm talking about. So I don't put it past them. And most of these damn fucking hybrids they're freaks anyway. They're weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Most of the stuff that we as black people do sexually, we learned that shit from them. You know what I mean? Homosexuality, bestiality, or pedophilia, or pedophilia, whatever the fuck they call it. That shit, we learned that shit from them, because back in Africa, or back in the motherland, or when the Hebrews was back in Africa, we ain't engaging in those shits. Those shits was passed down to us. The stuff that we inherited. You know what I mean? So I see now they have videos where they choking out women when they having sex. I mean, what the fuck? Like, what is going on in this country, man? What is going on in this world? You know what I mean? So, what am I saying here? So, we have now the head of the snake being severed, right? All praises be to the Most High for that. So, which means that now MAGA is in disarray. These MAGA maggots are running like they don't know if they're going to and fro, because their dear leader, Trump, the so-called alpha male, is not an alpha male, no way, shape, or form. He's actually a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? You could come after me for what they call it, what's that shit they like to sue you for? Defamation. Because there ain't no motherfucking defamation based on what I've seen, what I've observed, even with your own damn daughter sitting on your lap. I see some photos of her sitting on his lap, just doing some weird shit, talking about if she wasn't his daughter, he would date her. I mean, who does shit like that? You know what I'm saying? So I could say that with for surety that this dude is a fucking pedo. And it's all in the Epstein email, and that's just in the email. They say it's 23,000, but they only released 20,000 of them, which means the other 3,000 is probably, I guess it's detrimental to him. That's why they haven't released it, probably to others as well. So, like I always tell my homeboys, man, like when you see these niggas, these so-called wealthy white people driving around in big cars and have big homes, don't envy them. Envy not your oppressor. That's what the Bible says, because we don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. A lot of these people, all they do is just put on a suit and tie. These are the same descendant of Neanderthal that lived in cave, that did incest with their kids and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not, basically, what they said, the apple don't fall far from the tree. So these are the same motherfucking people that we see today, descendant of slave masters and shit, right? Because we're descendant of slave. And the same shit that they used to do to us back in the due to us and our ancestors back in the days, because we are our ancestors, whether you believe it or not, is the same thing that their descendants are doing today. You know what I'm saying? All the rape, and they talk about, oh, you know, what is America coming to with all this? You know, this pedophilia shit been around from back even back in slavery days. George Washington had a 12-year-old or 14-year-old slave that he impregnated. A lot of y'all don't even know that. You know, the so-called founding fathers, you know, all these motherfuckers had slaves, was raping children back in the slavery days. They used to actually eat black people, believe it or not. Believe that we had some kind of power because the way we look and shit, right? The way our ancestors look. They used to fucking eat us. Did y'all know that? The slave master used to eat slaves and shit. Yeah, they did. I think they said they ate Nat Turner when they killed them. But anyway, let me stay on topic. So, yo, I'm loving it because, one, you have these mega maggots having basically a civil war within. You know what I'm saying? They going against, fighting against each other. Who's going to continue to be loyal with Trump after what he's doing? And you had this crazy bitch, I forgot her name, talk about she don't believe Jeffrey. Well, it's not until 2025. I forgot her name. I would just think about it. That's why I actually made the video. Where some Trump supporter, some bitch that usually suck Trump's dick and shit, whatever, right? She basically made a statement. I'm gonna try to see if I can remember her name and edit it in here so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Where she said that she don't believe Jeffrey Epstein, or she didn't believe Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile because most of the girls that he dealt with was over the age of over the age of 14 and older, and they reach what she said, pervity. What's that word? I can't pronounce it. Privity, whatever. You know what I mean? Where you have your period in, right? So she's saying, I guess, if you reach privity, what's that word? Goddamn, privity, whatever. If you reach that word, right, you basically not considered a child. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like he was having relations with, I don't want to say the X word, relations with children that was like 5 years old. Who gives a fuck? Who the fuck want that some grown 50-year-old man having sex with a 14-year-old child? That's still a kid. And that's to show you the mindset of these devils, man. That's why I tell you, man, we really are in hell. We have to be in hell to be ruled by these descendant of Neanderthal hybrids, because these are some wicked, evil ass entities. I think at one point they was talking about legalizing pedophilia and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is why you see you have the civil war going on in MAGA, because on one hand they're saying, well, what's the big deal? You know, okay, so let's say he was associate of Jeffrey Epstein. Let's say he did like young girls. His name is Trump. We still have to support him. We still have to support MAGA. Now you have Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now they basically kicked her out of MAGA and shit, right? Trump wrote on X that he don't want to deal with her no more. She's basically excommunicated because she's trying to defend the file coming out, the Jeffrey Epstein file coming out. This is to show you the mindset. And these people said that they fall back, take away their emotions, right? Take off the blinders and shit, and realize that this man is fighting the Epstein file. Now, some of them say, well, they don't believe that Trump is on it. It's mostly going to be, what's the name? Bill Clinton and others from the Democrat. Okay, so if that's the case, then why don't you support the fact that these people want to vote to have the Epstein file released? If it's going to hurt the Democrat, especially now that the Democrat won the special election and shit, right, by a landslide, wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity now to try to show that the Democrat, according to them, are pedos, right? So why wouldn't he want to release the Epstein file? Then at one point he said, I think early in the year, talk about, oh, it's a hoax, it's not real, and there's nothing to see here, folks, type shit. Now he want to open up an investigation on Clinton and some other people and shit, and banks or whatever, right? He wants DOJ, FBI to open up investigation. So if there's nothing to see here, then what investigation are you trying to open up? What, you trying to deflect from you because all the attention and negative attention is on you? So now you're trying to deflect it to someone else for us to start talking about that? It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. And one thing I noticed about people, not just American people in general, they love drama. They love drama. And as much as they want to support you, they're going to support you because you are a part of the, you know what I'm saying? People love drama. Let's just put it that way. So it ain't going away for right now. No matter what he does, it's not going away, because one thing that the Democrats going to make sure this shit stay alive. You feel, especially now that they got these email talking about Bubba. What the fuck? That's what I'm telling you, family, man. I personally, and no disrespect to white people, because I am mixed with white, believe it or not. My mother, she's half white. She's a half motherfucking devil. Thank God I'm only a quarter, right? So I could talk about y'all, because I got y'all DNA in my motherfucking ass, as well as many of y'all out there listening to me as so-called black people, right? But for me, family, I have no reverence when it comes to these folks. They're nothing. I don't care how much money they have, how much wealth, fame. I don't. You know how sometimes you see, they see like I see them line up, because I be in DC sometime and shit. These fucking tourists, white tourists, lining up outside just to get a glimpse of Trump. Man, who does that shit? I mean, I've never seen myself being a groupie. There's no entertainer, no celebrity, no basketball player, no movie star, none of that shit that I've ever went and literally pay hundreds of dollars to see. The most I ever paid to see a celebrity, and that's when I was younger. That's when I used to go to the club a lot and do DJing and shit. I'll pay probably like $40 and shit to get into a spot so I could, you know what I'm saying, get my music out. But other than that, nah, I'm not paying to see no motherfucking groupie, especially no white boy, no white people. Who the fuck gonna worship? You know, they see Trump. Oh my God, they go Trump and take a selfie, trying to zoom in on his dumbass, ugly motherfucking ass. They say he's uglier in person than he is on the TV, because you know on the TV they gotta put on makeup and shit. Because you know let me teach y'all something real quick. Did y'all know that the camera, right? These cameras that they use is very, very high tech, where it can actually it can actually see. It's like it can see beyond the veil, so to speak. Because there's a lot of reptilians, a lot of shapeshifters, a lot of non-human that's in politics. Even in the fucking industry, right? The entertainment industry. A lot of reptilians, I'm telling you, I kid you not, family. A lot of these celebrities, even these black celebrities that we worship, they're not like us. They're not humans. They look like us, but they're not like us. So that's why they have to put on these fucking filters on these cameras and these makeup and shit, because the camera can actually zoom in and see. You'll actually see what the fuck they really are. These reptilians, what they really are. Now I know it sounds crazy. This is just a seed that I'm planting. You'll hear this again. This is why they have filters now. Notice how you could go on TikTok and make videos and put all these filters on to make you look prettier than what you really are. This is exactly what they're doing. Because if you were to see some of these world leaders and celebrity up close and personal without their makeup, you would run. You would run, because you'd be like, damn. Some of them actually, like they say some shit about Justin Bieber, shape-shifting and shit. You know, I'm not trying to go conspiracy on this video, but I just want to, you know, just point out some things that what you see is not what you get. I always tell my kids, my wife, my friends that when you go outside, when you walk outside the door and you start to go amongst, become social, start socializing with other people, the people you see outside is not really who they are. It's not really who they are. They put on an act. They act a certain way. They look a certain. That's not who they really are. And to prove it to you, for those of you women who put on makeup, don't, before you go out to a function, go out to the club, go out to the movie, go out on a date, you always spend at least a half an hour, more than that sometimes, to look pretty. Put on makeup, put on eyeshadow, lipstick, eyeliner, all this extra shit, weave in your hair. Right? And when you put all that shit on, you become a total different person. I've seen this shit because I have a daughter. I don't know why she uses makeup, but when she put on her makeup, she looked totally different than what my daughter, what I know my daughter to be. Right? So I'm trying to tell you, what you see outside, even when you go to work, you go to the damn beauty parlor, you go wherever you go, that those people you see is not really who they are. Even you yourself is not who you are when you're out and about. I'm telling you. So when you see these celebrities, this world leader Trump and all these people, Caroline Levitt and all these motherfuckers, that's not who they really are. They're putting on an act. It's a facade. That's why you have to be careful. That's why, me personally, I don't go around shaking people's hands, because I don't know who the fuck I'm shaking my hands with. It could be an entity draining my energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot I could go on this video, but family, for the most part right now, I tell you, I am so happy to see finally this devil is being exposed for what it is, not it is, because we don't even know if he's human and shit. I don't look at Trump as being a human being. I really don't, because he doesn't really smile. He's always angry. He's evil. He's wicked. Even in one of the fucking the email, Jeffrey Epstein was saying that he's wicked. He's evil. You know, we need to protect. Well, he said not we, but he said make sure when he's around you protect your kids. And you talking about a pedophile saying that shit about another motherfucker? You know, we know Epstein was a pedophile, and he talking about Trump the same way how we talk about him. Protect him from your kid. That's what he said in one of his emails. Talk about he sucked off Bubba and shit. Come on, family. Is this what y'all want to vote for? Is this what y'all want to support? These dumbass niggas that went out there and voted for Trump? Yeah, now you got what you voted for. Maybe a lot of y'all voted for him because y'all probably just like the motherfucker. Criminal-minded and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can relate to him because the shit that Trump does is probably the shit that y'all do. I'm just saying. But family, I know many of y'all are not going to see this video because once again, they're censoring my channel and shit. My average views is like 30-something views. I go viral when I have over 100 views. And I know for a fact that they are shadow banning this channel. But it is what it is. It's their platform. I'm only utilizing it. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. With that, I say shalom.